Hi, booktube. It's Gina. Happy Saturday. It is a beautiful, warm, sunny day here in the Pacific Northwest. As soon as I finish talking to you, I've got my little stack here. I'm going to take my Living a Beautiful Life. I'm going to take my new Victoria magazine. I'm going to pour myself a drink and I'm going to go sit out on my deck and just relax and enjoy the sunshine. It's hot. It's supposed to get up into the 90s this week, which is a little bit unusual for us. Luckily, last year, I told you we installed mini splits, so it's beautiful and cool in the house, which I love. But I thought it would be fun to talk about my June books. I had a really fun June. I read some really, really great books. Two of them I've got paper editions of, and the rest were all from my library on my Kindle. And there were 7. I read 7 books last month. So the two that I have paper copies of are Cold Comfort Farm by Stella Gibbons. This cover, I think, perfectly exemplifies the tone of this book. It's weird, it's wacky. I think I didn't quite get some of the humor. I'm glad I finished it. I didn't love it, but I did enjoy it. I'm glad I read it. It's a slim little thing, and I really like this penguin edition. Next, I read Looking Forward by Marcia Willett. This is a family saga. Starts with 3 children who have a tragedy in their life and go to live with their grandmother whose character I absolutely love. You know, I love my old lady main characters, and the grandma in this is just wonderful. They live on a big estate, wealthy family-ish, right? They are having some, not money issues, but a big family that has to be supported on this income, which does play into some of this a little bit. This is I would say a very quiet book. It's cozy. It's not action-packed. There's not a lot that happens, but I really enjoyed it. It's the first in a trilogy, I believe, and I will definitely be picking up numbers 2 and 3 to find out what happens to the children. When it starts out, they are small, and then it progresses through the book. They grow. It jumps in time, I think 3 time periods, 57, then like 60 something, and then 70 something. So the kids grow up throughout this book, and I'm assuming that the second book is going to be following them as adults. I'm looking forward to reading the second book. This was wonderful. The next books that I read were on my Kindle, and this one, The Excitements by CJ Wray. This is a contemporary, partial romance. 2 old ladies, again, my favorite, and their nephew. The old ladies are always looking for excitements, and the nephew is trying to find fun things for them to do. The opening scene is one of the old ladies accidentally shoplifting something from the store where they were meeting for lunch, and the nephew having to kind of bail her out. And then it goes back in time to them during World War II and their action-packed lives back when they were younger, and it kind of bounces back and forth in time. It was wonderful. I heard about this from someone on booktube. I don't remember who it was, but I really, really enjoyed it. Contemporary, The Excitements. Next, I read To Say Nothing of the Dog by Connie Willis, and this is a science fiction time travel book. So it's set in the future, and the characters are going back in time. They go back in time to do research, to try and figure things out, and they go back in time and something happens that messes up the timeline, and they have to try and fix it. And it's really good. It's funny. It's a very light-toned book. It is a take on Three Men in a Boat by Jerome K. Jerome, which was a book I read a couple years ago and absolutely loved. The characters in this book at one point bump into the boat, the Jerome K. Jerome boat floating down the river. It's funny. It's got the same tone as that book, so if you like Three Men in a Boat, you'll enjoy this book. There was a couple spots where it lagged a little bit. I think it was a little bit too long for what it was, but it was wonderful. Definitely a recommend. This book I heard about on Aaron Read a Book his channel, and I'll link his channel down below. If you are not following Aaron, you should. He loves the same kinds of books that we love. He's got a wonderful British accent, and he's always got great recommendations. So this was a really fun one from him. Let's see. Then the last three books that I read that I wanted to talk about, I'm looking around like I have them here. I don't. They were on my Kindle, were the Sarah Plain and Tall trilogy. This is a middle grade series. I would say even a young middle grade series. The books are 60 pages long. They're very, very short. So they were really quick reads. I think I read all three of them in a night. And I love Sarah Plain and Tall. There were also movies based on the books with Glenn Close as Sarah, and the movies were wonderful also. Sarah is a plain and tall woman who answers an ad placed by, in the movie it's Christopher Walken. He's looking for a wife for his two small children and for himself, and they correspond via letter, and then she comes out for a stay. The kids fall in love with her and want her to stay, and they don't know, is she gonna stay, is she gonna leave? And it's a very sweet book. So the first one is Sarah Plain and Tall, where Sarah and her cat Seal come to meet the family. The second one is Skylark, which is a continuation and is told from the daughter's point of view. And then the third one is Caleb's story, and it is told from the young son's point of view. And there might even be more books in the series, but I read the first three and they were wonderful. Highly recommend, and definitely recommend the movies too if you like those kind of prairie romance books. It was wonderful. I think that's about it. Let me know what you were reading. I'm currently reading Sense and Sensibility for Jane Austen July. I've read a couple fun books so far this month that I will tell you about later. I wanted to mention I am doing a Jane Austen July giveaway. I have three things I'm giving away: a copy of Sense and Sensibility in a really pretty edition, an almost complete set of Jane Austen. It's not quite, it's missing Emma. I've been looking for it, I can't find it. And then a digital gift certificate. So that's my last video. I talked about that. So you still have time to enter. We're gonna do the drawing tomorrow, and I will announce the winners then. And I think that's about it. So I will talk to you later.